Hey everyone, Foxxy here, back at it again with a special Nintendo edition of Where's the Deals? The series where I go on the Facebook Marketplace in search for video games, and I'll explain why the listings are either very good or painfully bad. So like I said, this is the Nintendo special. What that means is that the only listings I will be featuring on today's episode are going to be nothing but Nintendo games from all eras. And right off the bat here is a NES bundle for $120. It comes with 2 controllers, a zapper, and 5 games. I'm not a big fan of the price here. The system, with all the cords and the controllers included, is worth anywhere from like 50 to 80 bucks depending on the condition of the actual console. Meaning that, is the plastic yellowing or damaged in any way? I can't really tell from the picture here. Also, has the pin connector been cleaned or replaced? Those things will dramatically affect the price. The games included, well, okay, some of them are good titles. They're only worth maybe 25 to 30 bucks total, so you're not really getting all that good of a deal here, unfortunately. Wow, okay, so this seller here is trying to get rid of a DSi, an original DS, and a Game Boy Advance SP with a bunch of games and cases for only $85. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what the going rate is for DS systems, but I do know that the SP is worth like half of what the seller is asking for. Of course, that totally depends on the condition of the console. There's some absolute trash games included, but I mean, look, she makes up for it big time by having Sonic Rush, a few Mario games, and Donkey Kong. Very good deal here, and if I was buying this lot myself, I would definitely throw that original DS system as well as some of the games I don't want on eBay and probably make back 30 or 40 bucks. A Super Nintendo with cords, 3 controllers, and 2 games, all for the price of $65. That's pretty interesting actually, because like anyone else, especially at the flea markets, would charge like $100 if not more for a lot like this. I'm also very shocked to see this system in such great condition. I don't see any yellowing or visible damage from the picture. And the 2 games this guy is including are wonderful titles. You got Mario Kart, and that's about, what, like 25 bucks, while Donkey Kong Country, I believe, is 10 or 15. So if you're wanting a Super Nintendo, this would be a great option because everything this guy has together is worth around 100 bucks, so you're actually saving quite a bit here. Okay, so here's another NES bundle for that same price of 120. I'm way more about this listing compared to the previous due to the obvious reason of the games included. I mean, look, you got Castlevania, Paperboy, Ninja Turtles, Mario 3, Kirby's Adventure, and DuckTales, for example. This is a way better deal if you're just getting into playing or maybe even collecting original Nintendo stuff. 160 bucks for a stack of NES games. So I'm still learning a lot about the prices of retro games, and I could totally be 100% wrong here, but I don't see how this is worth 160 whatsoever. I know, yes, he has some titles here that are worth something like Tetris 2 and Battletoads being $20-ish games, but he also has quite a lot that are around the $2 to $5 range. I mean, you got 18 games here, and 180 divided by 18 would mean that these games average at $8.88 a pop. I don't know, I just don't see the value here. Speaking of not seeing the value, this is a $200 N64 listing. Like, why? The system with controllers and cords is around 60 bucks. It's not like he has the expansion pack either. The games, yeah, I mean, okay, great titles here, but how in the fuck do they equal another 140? GoldenEye is worth 25 bucks now for whatever reason. Mario Kart is around 40, Mario Tennis, $12, Pokemon Snap, 10, but I see this game all the time for like 5 at Disc Replay. Pokemon Stadium is around $15. Pod Racer is $8, but again, I see this one much cheaper all the time, and Star Fox is around $16. Adding all these numbers up, the games are worth somewhere around the $120 range, which would mean that if you include the system, it's worth near $180. But the thing is, that's like eBay prices. So him wanting $200 for everything and not budging on the price, I mean, hey, good luck to you. I personally wouldn't pay anywhere near what you're asking, but hey, I'm a cheap ass like that, so I guess take it for what it's worth. Oh, look, another guy wanting $200 for a 64 bundle. Okay, again, great games here, but there is absolutely no way this comes close to being even close to $200, especially since there's more sports titles than anything else. So, like, even if this guy did sell it for that price, who is spending that kind of money on an overpriced listing like this? Like, why not just buy the system separately and get the games you actually want? For $200, I'm sure you can make a significantly better bundle out of it. NES games listed for $8 a pop. And this one's kinda questionable because there's quite a lot of games here that aren't worth jack shit, so you kinda gotta be careful with something like this. To be fair, half of these games I am not familiar with, but out of the games I do know, they are not worth $8. In some cases like Fester's Quest, Rad Racer, and Monopoly, I could go to Disc Replay right now and buy them for under $5 all day long. Here's another one you gotta be careful of. It's a bunch of Wii games for $10 each. He's got fantastic titles here like Paper Mario, Smooth Moves, Animal Crossing, and so on. But the thing is, $10 is pretty much what they are worth. Getting a good deal here? Kinda not at all. I would say unless you bundle like 3 games and pay around $25 or less, then you might not want to bother with this. Although I will say that Wii Sports Resort is the only game here worth more than $10. I believe it's around 16 to 18. Okay, an Earthbound cart for $200. Well, it does appear to be authentic, but when it comes to rare shit like this, I will never buy or make even any sort of an offer unless I can open up the cart and see the board inside. If they say no, then it's kind of a massive red flag to just get the fuck out of there. Anyway, the cart appears to be in great condition. You can kind of tell there's a little bit of damage to the label, but you would have to really look at this with a fine-tooth comb to see that tiny bit of damage. $200 though is kinda high considering this game is selling primarily around $150 to $180. $30 for a mixed lot of Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 games. Not to be a total prick here, that Family Feud cart is like the most, and I use this word very sparingly, the most ratchet thing I have ever seen. The Mario and Madden aren't that great either, but Jesus Christ, you put that shit on top of your bed, like, ew, why? I mean, the Mario game is not even cheap. It's like a $25 to $30 game, but the condition is so bad that I wouldn't even want to pay $10 for it. Wait, why are these games $25 a piece? None of them are even worth half that amount. Hell, Zoo Cube is like a $5 game, and Donkey Konga and Mario DDR are barely over 10. So, what? No, absolutely not. Last thing I got here is this Nintendo 64 3D cardboard sign. The guy wants $200 for it. Doesn't say where he got it from, but I can imagine it was like some sort of store display like at a Toys R Us, Best Buy, or maybe even GameStop. It's pretty cool. Doesn't look to be in that great of condition, but you could always touch that stuff up if you really wanted to. So that's going to wrap up today's special Nintendo edition of Where's the Deals. I didn't really come across that many great deals, and that's always been a problem I've had when it comes to retro gaming, specifically Nintendo stuff. People always want top dollar for their shit, even if it's not worth anywhere near their asking price. Which is one of the reasons why I do not buy retro games unless I can find them dirt cheap. That being said, it definitely was an interesting adventure looking at this stuff, so thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.